Herzlichen Glückwunsch zum Einschalten, liebe Freunde. Ja, Sommerfestival Schloss Berge 2026 ist Geschichte. Das Sommerfestival Schloss Berge ist ein Familienfest in Gelsenkirchen. Das ist in der Parkanlage Schloss Berge. Und da gibt es natürlich jede Menge Fressbuden und jede Menge Bierstände. Sowas halt. Und da aber auch Rahmenprogramm geboten werden muss, außer Fressen und Saufen natürlich, gibt es dort eine Bühne. Und auf dieser Bühne spielen dann ja, abwechselnd DJs, Tanzgruppen gibt es dort. Freitags ist normalerweise dann immer Schlagerabend. Und Samstag, ja, Samstag hatten wir dann einen richtigen Rockstar am Abend, kurz vor dem Feuerwerk. Und das hat eine Menge Spaß gemacht, weil ich mir auch dachte, ein paar Fragen hätte ich ja an ihn. John Diva ist dort aufgetreten und nicht mit John Diva and the Rockets of Love, sondern mit den Tribute to the Heroes. Das heißt, er mit seiner Band und die haben dann halt die geilsten Sachen aus den 80ern gecovert, die geilsten Rock-Sachen. Ja, es war mal wieder ein Genuss. Ich habe ihn mit seiner Rockshow jetzt zum zweiten Mal gesehen. 3-mal, das hat er mir verraten, war er jetzt insgesamt schon da. Und es war ein außerordentlich tolles, entspanntes Interview. Und da ich das nicht für Printmedien mache, sondern für unseren YouTube-Kanal, ja, hatte ich natürlich die Kamera dabei. Wen ich nicht dabei hatte, war den Andi. Ja, Andi verweilte in dieser Zeit in Slowenien im Urlaub. Ich hoffe, er hat sich gut erholt und er kommt frisch zurück. Und ja, ich habe mir deswegen einen anderen Kameramann holen müssen. Das war der liebe Konz. Konz, nochmal vielen Dank dafür, dass du die Kameras gehalten hast. Ich habe den Krampf im Arm leider erst 10 Minuten später gesehen. Und dafür möchte ich mich nochmal entschuldigen. Hast du aber super gemacht. So, und jetzt will ich euch nicht lange auf die Folter spannen und euch dieses Interview einmal zeigen. Und nochmal Entschuldigung für mein komisches Englisch. Ich habe das seit 4 Jahren nicht mehr gesprochen. Ich musste das ablesen. Aber die Antworten, darauf kommt es ja an. Nicht auf die Fragen, sondern auf die Antworten. Und die hat John Diva mir gegeben. Viel Spaß damit. John, first of all, thanks for talking to us. You're living in 2 worlds, celebrating anthems of the 80s with a cover rock show and with the Rockets of Love. When you're performing classic hits, do you feel pressure to stay faithful with the original versions, or do you prefer adding your own personality to them?
That's a good question. First of all, yeah, thank you for having us. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here in Gelsenkirchen in the Schloss Berge. It's the 3rd time we're being here around the block. We love the Ruhrgebiet, and we had great shows in Essen and Bochum, Gelsenkirchen, so we're just very happy to be in the area. And when we do the Tribute to the Heroes, which is the cover program, as you call it, it's funny because on the way here, we performed that one tonight, I was listening to some songs that I haven't heard for a while, and I stopped listening to them because obviously in my mind I sing them like, let's say, David Coverdale or Axl Rose, but if I listen to the original, I hear that I have had added my own style without knowing somehow. So if I listen to them to prepare for a show, it confuses me rather than helping me. Mm-hmm. So therefore I just don't listen to it. So maybe that answers the question. After 14 years of playing these songs, I think you add a certain personality and your own style to it. You might add some wording or something, you know. So it is different, but we are very obliged to the originals. And a lot of these songs just like every night touch my heart again, you know. So there's certain songs that you like to play, and some of these songs seem to be speaking right out of your soul.
Mm-hmm. So it's the 3rd time here, so it just feels a bit like home.
Yeah, in a way. Home far from home, yeah.
At the moment, the 80s are making a huge comeback. Why do you think people still connect so strongly with that area of rock music?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I was born in the 80s and was a kid, so I really, that was my youth. That was the time when I like breathe music every day, when I was exchanging, you know, vinyl with my friends and, you know, overdubbing tapes and stuff. So it was a total different culture of being able or not able to get music into your life, because you couldn't stream it. We didn't even have MTV or anything, so it was something very special. You had to hunt for music, and once you had it, it was yours. But years seemed to go by, and I was just listening to, let's say, 2 Minutes to Midnight on a friend's house, and I loved that riff from the very first second, but I didn't have that song, I didn't own it. So every time I went over and said, let's listen to that record, he didn't like it that much. So that was, you know, you really had to engage yourself to be able to listen to your favorite music in the 80s. I think this is for the ones who really lived in the 80s. Now, when it comes back to people who haven't been old enough in the 80s, I don't know what it is. It's probably the whole universe. I mean, there's the fashion that always seems to come back. It's always a bit 80s, right? There's the movies. There's the bigger than life stars like Michael Jackson. I mean, the 70s were big, but the 80s made it super big. Pepsi, Michael Jackson. It was huge products also. And so I think there's a certain nostalgia about the 80s that will never vanish. And but I see the 90s are coming back, and I have the same feeling right now too, because the 90s seem to be really free. I mean, you could listen to techno, to grunge, to nu metal, to crossover, everything at the same time. So maybe that comes back in a different way now, but the 80s seem to be a beautiful zombie. It's just you can't kill it, you know, and you love the zombie to come over to your house and spend a good night.
Well, that's true.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but the 90s are coming back too at the moment a bit. Do you fear, are you afraid of grunge is taking over glam metal again?
No, I mean, I think once grunge music killed glam metal, it was dead forever. I think, you know, if you remember how big it was, and I think in a way it was good because also it was cheesy in a way, you know. So if you think back to the times, it was great, but I think it was time that was over. And so now glam for me is a niche, is something that if you go to a punk rock show, to something that you really love, people who appreciate it that much, it's never going to be that big again. I don't think so, because I think therefore we lost. We're not naive anymore. You know, if you love glam like it was in the 80s, you need a certain naivety, pureness. And also after Me Too, it's just not possible to rethink the 80s in that way. And I think that's good. But still you have a lot of people who love this music, who see it as a tradition, who see it as a way of life, who see it as a way to dress up, to also, you know, be playful. And I think this is the moment for glam to be here for good, to stay here as a niche, as something that might not be as big anymore, and that's totally fine with us.
If you could write a record, an album, with a legend of the 80s,
Yeah.
living or no longer living, who would it be, and why would you choose this person? That's a difficult question, I know.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably always a moment. Like yesterday we were listening to certain songs that inspired us, and I remember that, for example, the first song that I listened to in the kitchen of my best friend's mother's house, for the first time, and it hit me, and it was there for the whole 80s, was Relax, by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. That was something that electrified me. Another one was Everybody Wants to Rule the World. So this is more pop, obviously, than hard rock. And I started listening to hard rock with the 70s, mostly with Deep Purple and Thin Lizzy, but I wouldn't see them as persons from the 80s. So to come back to your question, also, you know, I was a huge fan of Skid Row, let's say, but I wouldn't be interested in riding with them now. I'm a different person than I was when I was 16, so it really is, it's a hard question. Damn it! Maybe with Bryan Adams.
Yeah, of course.
He's a great songwriter. Or with Nick Cave, but who's obviously not only from the 80s, but that would be interesting. That would be super interesting. It's not rock, I mean, he's rock and roll, but not the way that we think, you know? So maybe for a start, that's two answers that you wouldn't have expected, me neither.
Right.
But maybe to give you one more about, like, from the glam metal or the hard rock scene. I'm always thinking about singers, but maybe guitar players would be more interesting to think about. That's a question for a whole night with some drinks. It really is.
Yeah. Richie Sambora, maybe?
That could be cool. That could be cool. Richie would be cool.
Richie would be cool.
It's just hard to find one, you know. So maybe find a supergroup, you know, and bring together. I mean, of course, Eddie Van Halen was a huge impact, huge influence, and Frank Zappa and Eddie Van Halen. Why not?
After Nick Cave and Bryan Adams.
That's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird.
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. But okay, I got it. Kate Bush. That's it.
Kate Bush. Now you're surprising me.
I got it.
Damn.
Kate Bush.
All right.
Now I got it.
Nice. Many fans discovered you through the cover shows here, and later found your own music with the Rockets of Love. Has that crossover worked for you the way you wanted it? Did you plan it like that?
We never planned it. I mean, good things mostly start as a joke, because if you start with a joke, you can be free in your mind to say, oh yeah, and then we need all these Marshall stacks, and we need cheerleaders, and we need explosions, and we put it all on stage. We did that because we were free to think about how it would look. And that's also good about glam rock. It's not about philosophy or lyrics in the first place. It's about entertainment. And so we had that. And then a lot of people loved the band. A lot of people from labels approached us and said, hey guys, if you ever write something on your own, call me. I would directly do it. And then after the third or fourth time we said, hey, we can try. And then obviously, because we are very, of course, at that time the band was really pushy. We were pushing ourselves a lot, you know? So we like really wanted to be the biggest abroad around, you know, in that new glam metal generation. You know, you always want to reach high. And then it started, and after the first album it got difficult, because the first album still had a lot of backing up from the cover shows, and you know, and surprisingly a lot of people bought the album and went to the concerts. And after the second album, it started out that some people said, I love the cover more. Oh no, I love the original stuff a little bit more. And then it's always hard as a group that you don't lose your way. And then we started playing both at the same time. I said, that's not it. We can't cover and play our own stuff at one night. So we're not doing this anymore. We have to split it apart. And since we have done that, we have a clear way how to do it. And this is the fourth album coming up now.
Yeah. Right. Your shows are always full of energy, humor, and of course glamour.
Yes.
Is this the real John Diva we see, or is there a quiet John behind the stage, or is it always rock?
That's the quiet John is writing songs with Kate Bush. Crying. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of energy, and with the whole band, and there was times when the energy was just too high, and we just didn't stop all night, and we still can do that, but sometimes nowadays we're just happy to go back to the hotel room and not have a drink.
I understand that, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You've got a new album coming up, Your Favorite Drug.
Yeah.
It's coming out in 90 days, I think. It's October, right?
Yeah, in October.
90 days. Will be your fourth album, as you said. What can your fans expect from it? Is it coming new?
After every album, you're like, it's good what we did, but we haven't achieved the goal. It's not pure enough. It's not stripped down to the bone enough. It could have been more direct. It could have been harder. It could have been, stripped to the core. And I think this time we really achieved it. I mean, we always have worked together with Hannes from Kiss and Dynamite. And this time we told him, you do the production. This time you're full on, not only writing songs, but this is your production. And because we had the feeling that there is still stuff that needs to be put aside, that we really need some focus and concentration to make a banger album. And it's 10 or 11 songs. We don't have a ballad because we said we don't need that. It's a good ballad that we have here, but it's not good enough. And so the better song always was the enemy of the all right song. So we really, and I mean, Hannes is somebody who's an inspiration in that way, because he's always looking for the best possible line, the best possible riff, and we do too. And I think it's, in that way, it is the strongest album, because you have really 10 anthems written for arenas, and we're very proud of that. We have invested a lot of energy into the videos who are going to come out, who like really, you can be looking forward to these, because they play around with the nostalgia of the 80s, obviously. You will meet, re-meet Stranger Things, E.T., stuff like that, atmospheric videos, they're colorful. And at the same time, the band is tougher and harder than it has been before. There's nice collaborations that I can't tell you about right now, otherwise I have to kill you. So there's a lot of good things coming up, and I really strongly believe that in that way it is the strongest and best album that we have done.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Waiting for it.
Yeah.
Even after all those years as a rock star, does it still moves you to hear the crowd singing your own songs?
Always. It's very touching. I mean, it never gets old. If you see people, if it's 2 or 200 or 2,000 people who like really know your lyrics by heart and they sing it and it means a lot to them, it means the world to them, because it does to me too, A lyric can be cheesy and the most beautiful thing in the world at the same time, depending on how you perform it and how the audience performs it or receives it. And this is something that is glamorous. That is what live music is about. It always is a special moment again. It can be super shitty, and then song 11, suddenly there's some magic to it. It's like a football game. You can't really predict it, In minute 89, somebody scores big time, and everything seems to be, glamorous. That always happens, and this is what keeps me going, because obviously more or less we play the same songs every night. But there's something that you can't put a finger on, and a good band can be shitty one night and the other one can be brilliant. And this is just too human, and this is wonderful.
Is it more emotional to you when they sing the ballads, or is it more emotional when they scream? Like Lolita?
No difference. I mean, obviously a ballad has a certain quietness and focus to it, and mostly as a singer you have more space within the sound of the group. It's a meditation. It's a moment of almost, I wouldn't say religious, but there's a moment where you like connect and maybe focus on the lyrics. At the same time, if you like have somebody going for it, screaming out, and like you see him, okay, he had a bad week, he like wanted this Friday so bad, and you can just like feel this. And mostly, I mean, you look the people in the eye, and this is what makes live music for us so special, and I think this makes us great as a live band.
Okay. So on the next album, there will be no In a Darkened Room, there will be no I Remember You, but there will be a tour?
There will be a tour. There will be no I Remember You, there will be no Darkened Room. I mean, wasted time. I mean,
Wasted time.
Sebastian Bach, he was the best. I mean, he still is a great singer, by the way. He still is. There will be a tour. We kick off in Hamburg, which is a lovely city for rock and roll. And we kick off 16th of October, Hamburg, Cologne next day, and then we go on weekenders because we love to play on the weekends. Because people like to party on the weekend, people feel free. And then we come to the Ruhrgebiet. I think it's in January. We come to Essen and some other places. And to rock, obviously, I mean, it's always been a blast. We always sell out the Ruhrgebiet. And we wanted to put these shows at the very end of the tour, because at the very end of the tour, you're just like, you know, strong. You own the show. And whereas in the first moments, you can still, like, you know, stumble a bit. Like England always, for example.
Okay, at the moment, Skid Row is searching for a new singer.
Nah.
No?
Nah. Nah. It's not my. It's. I could easily do Bon Jovi, but this I always loved about Sebastian Bach. He has that certain shouter energy, and the high notes. He's still there with his full chest. That's just not my range.
Right. Well, that's good for us.
Yeah.
So we can hear you with your band.
Yeah. Yeah.
A bit longer.
Yes. Yes. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll be there.
John, thank you very much.
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
See you next time, and I hope you have a great gig today.
Yes. Thanks for coming out, and enjoy the evening with us. And vielen Dankeschön for listening to John Diva and the Rockets of Love. Get our new album, Your Favorite Drug, coming out October 16th, and make sure to catch a ticket.
It's just my silence, me, myself, and I.